I'm Deb Metsger, Assistant Curator of Botany at the Royal Ontario Museum in Toronto, Canada. Since the middle of March, I've been working at home during the COVID-19 crisis. This has given me an opportunity to watch spring unfolding in my garden on a daily basis. To a botanist, spring break is not just a school holiday. It's a time when shoots emerge from their winter dormancy under the ground in rhizomes and roots, or the buds break on trees, bringing flowers and leaves forth. So I'd like to walk around my garden with you over the next little while and explore the plants that are coming up. We have many native plants in our garden because we like to promote Ontario's biodiversity. Native plants are important for caterpillars and birds as food, and for pollinators like bees and butterflies. So let's take a look and see what we can find. One of my favorite woodland wildflowers is Trout Lily. Trout Lily is a spring ephemeral that grows in Ontario, and it's a really interesting plant in the way that it grows. So let's look closely. It gets its name from the leaves, which are speckled like the back of a trout. It's in the lily family, and it has 6 tepals that droop down. When it's sunny outside, the tepals on the trout lily bend backwards to expose the stamens that are inside. And you can see the orange stamens sticking down. Stamens are the part of the flower that have the pollen, and this is so insects can reach them. This one's even better to see. You can see the stamens sticking down, and those are just about mature. And the insects that pollinate this are bees, both a bee that specializes on trout lilies, called the Trout Lily bee, and also bumblebees. And then there's actually a beetle that mines pollen from it. And as the day and the sun goes down, they'll close up again like this. But if you notice, there are large patches. You can see the patch continuing through the fence. But there are 2 different kinds of plants. The ones that bear flowers have 2 leaves, and then there are many others here that have single leaves. We know that the single leaf plants are sterile, so how have they been produced? Well, actually, they're by rhizomes coming underneath the ground. And I dug some up to take a look to see what was happening. So trout lily grows from a bulb-like corm under the ground, a storage organ that gets it through the winter. And all of these single-leaf plants, there are some corms, but you can see this great network of rhizomes or underground stems that connects them all together. So all of these sterile plants are connected by underground rhizomes. Trout lily is truly a spring ephemeral, meaning that it flowers before the leaves come out on the tree. And you can see that a week ago this was in full, robust flower. Now a lot of them are dying back. And if we were to come back here, it is now the 7th of May. If we were to come back here in July, you would have no evidence of the plants. They'd all died back underground, which is a fascinating part of its life cycle. But all of the energy will have been captured from the sun and stored in that corm that gets it through the winter to come back next year. Observing the sequence of plants coming up in the garden is a lot of fun, and it's also very informative. Each plant has its own requirements for light and temperature, and one of the things we can do while we're at home is watch the plants and see what's happening. And I encourage you to go out and explore the green spaces near you and see what you can see on the ground and in the trees. Till next time.